Welcome back to a new topic in the journey or in the topic or in the concept of Indian nationalism, that is Simon Commission. I have joined two concepts together or two topics together in this video, that it is Simon Commission and the Lahore Congress. Simon Commission is very important. Many times it is asked by the board. Simon Commission, why, what, different things. It is a basic concept or an important concept. At the same time, since it is a small content, Simon Commission itself is not having much elaborated content. So because of that, I have added another one more small portion, that it is the Lahore Congress with the Simon Commission. So both our topics are different, but we will be making only one video regarding this. So as usual, let us go towards the expected question regarding the Simon Commission and the Lahore Congress. Who was Sir John Simon? Why was the Simon Commission rejected in India and how? Write a newspaper report on Simon Commission. What resolution was passed in Congress Lahore session in December 1929? What was the significance of Congress Lahore session of 1929? Anyway, I am great sure about that one thing, that it is majority of you have heard about Simon Commission. I know. So what is this and what is the importance of it inside the Indian freedom fight or Indian nationalism? So first we should know what it is. What is this Simon Commission? See, Tory government in Britain constituted a statutory commission under the leadership of Sir John Simon. See, before we are directly coming to the Sir John Simon, just we analyze what is going on behind now. Non-cooperation movement started. This movement become very successive or very successful in the town, in the villages, in the tribal region, among the plantation workers, etc. It is becoming very powerful. The people lined up everywhere, every corner, by wearing the khadi dress. From morning to evening, the people are ready, lined up in the roads and wherever the institution they wanted to picket. That much devoted, hearted people we had. So the normal situation of India, it is vanished. Britishers could not survive. They could not enjoy what the way they wanted. There were so many struggles and opposition from the part of the people of India. Now all the news came to Britain. Now British Queen wanted to know what is the real problem with these Indians. We are providing everything to them. What is the real problem? They have a constitution. They have all these facilities we are providing. All the trade and the service and everything is given and we are taking up and everything. Then what is the real problem? And they are becoming every day powerful, and we want to control them. We want to bring them outside, bring them our control. So the Tory government in Britain decided to send, and he had made a statutory committee. He has formed a committee under the leadership of Sir John Simon. By keeping the Sir John Simon as the leader, they have made a committee, a group of members or a group of people under the leadership of Sir John Simon. John Simon was asked to come to India, and they were given certain this task, which were the functions which was introduced, or which was the functions vested on the head of the Simon and the commission. First one, the commission was to look into the functioning of the constitution. See, this Tory government from the Britain, they have decided that we will send one committee to study what is the problem of these Indians. So this committee was under the leadership of Sir John Simon, and this committee was given certain tasks. First task which was then, they wanted to look into the functioning of the constitutional system in India. How this constitution is working in India. What is the function of constitutional system in India. Is there any problem with the constitution? Are they not happy with the constitution? How it is functioning? And if it is not functioning properly, or if they want any suggestions, or how can make it function properly, if it is necessary that add to something, suggest it. So this Sir John Simon and the committee wants to come to India. They have to look into the functioning of the constitution of our country, or functioning of the constitutional system in India, and if any changes are needed, suggest those changes. That was the idea. That was the function of this commission which was sent by the British government. But when this Simon Commission, when the Simon Commission arrived in India 1928, it was greeted with the slogan, "Go back, Simon." With great expectation, they have come to India. Sir John Simon and the team came to India. When they have came to India, only Indians are saying, "Go back, Simon, go back, Simon, Simon, go back." Very big agitation. Everywhere black banners. And everywhere slogans were, in the entire India, the slogans were going on, "Go back, Simon." Why the people of India did not accept Simon Commission? Or why did not they allow them to get into India? Because the problem that the commission did not have a single Indian member. They all were British. In this committee which was sent by the British government to India in order to study the functioning of the Indian constitution, Indian constitutional system, and the suggestions and everything, in that committee none of the members were from Indian side, only Britishers. What nonsense it is. A people, those who are coming from other country, a foreigner who is coming to India, and after coming to within 1 month or 2 months or 2 days, how can they understand what is the real problem of Indians? If they want to understand the real problem and their suggestions from the people of India, they need to take some people from our side. We know what is the real problem. How it is functioning, we know. What all are the problems, we know. We can suggest that, we can only give the genuine suggestion. Because we are the people, those who are being into that. So we are the only people can suggest that. But we are not their member. None of the Indians are not the member of this committee, and some others are coming from other country, and they are going to check the functioning of our constitutional system, and they are going to suggest the people, those who are not the part of this community or the country, they are going to suggest. A person who has never eaten orange is going to say about the taste of orange. He is not asking the people, those who are having the very big agricultural plantation or this agricultural land of orange. He is not asking them to what is the taste of the orange. As some people, those who are coming, who has never seen the orange and going to make the report on the orange. And he can take the report from about the orange, a person who is cultivating this orange and every day he is having the orange, he can ask them, but he is not the member of this. I hope you understand. This is the thing they have done. That is why every place of the India, every corner of the India, "Simon, go back, Simon, go back." This was the slogan was going on. We Indians did not accept them. Why? Because in this committee, not even a single Indian member was not there. So in this agitation, we can see that all the parties, including the Congress, the Muslim League, everyone participated in the demonstration. A united struggle, like Khilafat movement. A united struggle, we can see that it is all the people participated in this movement, and it was succeeded like anything. That time, Lord Irwin was the general at that time. Irwin announced in October 1929 a vague offer, the dominion status to India, an unspecified future. He wanted to control the people. He wanted to clamp down the Indian nationalists. Now they are, in order to clamp them down or in order to bring them down, they have come with the new policy of Simon Commission, but they understood that it was a big flop. People of India rejected them totally. Now Irvin wanted to bring the confidence of the Indian people, so that it is, he has proclaimed 1929, he has proclaimed that India is going to get a dominion status. What this status, what it is, a vague offer was given to Indians, and the Indians were asked to go forward, the Indian leaders were asked to come for the round table conference in London. Okay, this many things you have to remember regarding the Simon Commission. So what all of the simple way you can see, sir, Tory government decided to consider a statutory committee was formed by Tory government and sent to India under the leadership of Sir John Simon. What was their function? It need to check the functioning of the constitutional system and suggest if any changes. When they came here, Indians rejected them by having the slogan, "Go back Simon." Why? Because none of the Indian members were there in this committee, and all the parties, including Muslim League, Congress, every parties together made the agitation against this. So by seeing the power of the people and the agitation and the growth of the agitation, the Irvin announced that a vague announcement has made, we are planning to give a dominant position to India. It was a vague offer, and he asked the Indian leaders to participate in the London the round table conference in order to discuss about the future things and everything. So you keep there up to the thing, and the story continues here. In the Lahore Congress, the impact of Lahore Congress. What was the impact of Lahore Congress? You see, Lord Irwin announced the October 29 a vague offer, the dominion status. In the previous slide we have discussed that it is in the Simon Commission, and when the Simon Commission were rejected, in order to take the confidence of the people of India, the Lord Irwin announced a vague offer. What was that? It is he was giving a dominion status to India. They are planning to give a dominion status to India. What it is that, how it is that, nothing we were knowing, but he was giving a vague promise to the people of India, an unspecified future, and a round table conference. So when this offer came from the part of the British government or from the Lord Irwin, it did not satisfy the Congress leader. The radicals within the Congress led by Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose became more assertive. Moderates were, radicals were, and I hope you remember that it is moderates in the Congress itself, two were there, extremists and moderates were there, the radicals. So the people, those who were these radicals, they did not satisfy, they were not happy with the decision or the announcement which was made by the Lord Irwin. So Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose became very, very assertive. They got very angry with this. Then what did they decide? In December 1929, under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, the Lahore Congress formalized the demand for Purna Swaraj or full independence for India. So by seeing all these problems, by this vague announcement and the failure of the Simon Commission and these people, the radical thinkers in Indian side, they wanted to get the freedom at any cost. So under the leadership of or under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru in 1929 in Lahore, in present Pakistan it is, Lahore, we had a Congress session. In that Congress session, under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, entire people, those who have participated in that session or the meeting, they have decided that we are going to celebrate the Purna Swaraj. We are going to proclaim that it is India as an independent nation. We are going to celebrate the Purna Swaraj. So they have decided the date also. It was decided that 26 Jan 1930 as the Purna Swaraj or full independence would be celebrated as the Independence Day, when the people were to take the pledge to struggle for complete independence. But the celebration attracted very, very little attention. So at 26 January 1930, this Congress decided that, the Congress session decided that we are going to celebrate the complete independence, Purna Swaraj. On that day we will hoist the flag, and we will take the pledge, and we will be considering as India as a freed nation. Hereafter, we won't wait for these Britishers to get anything, or we do not want to beg in front of them. We decide ourselves. It is our country. We are going to celebrate the freedom. Purna Swaraj was proclaimed. That was the after effect of the Lahore Congress. In the Lahore Congress, they have decided, the Congress session in the Lahore in 1929 under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, they have decided that to celebrate the Purna Swaraj in 1930 January 26. They have decided everything, but one thing or one problem, very pathetic what happened, it did not get much attention of the people. As Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose expected the participation or after effect, as they have expected, this little attention only they have got. It was not successful as it is. So you keep in your mind these all the things, the Simon Commission and the Lahore Congress. So Simon Commission, once again you should remember that it is this, and Tory government decided to have a statutory commission, to study about or to check the functioning of the Indian Constitution as well as any suggestions are. So they have decided to send a committee under the leadership of Sir John Simon, but it was rejected by Indians. Go back Simon. Why? Because not even a single member was from the Indian side. Then there was this agitation was even cooperated by all the political parties, Congress, Muslim League, every political parties. And after that, by seeing the growth of these struggles, Lord Irwin proclaimed a vague offer the dominion status to India and asked for the round table conference. Then continue with that. This announcement of vague dominion status and the round table conference were not at all accepted by the young leaders. It did not satisfy the Congress. These radicals like Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose and everything decided to go against that. They got very angry by all the decisions of the Lord Irwin. In December 29, in the Lahore Congress, they decided to have the complete independence, Purna Swaraj. But they did not get the attention of the people as they have expected. So again, I hope that you come through these all the topics very genuinely, and I hope it enriched you. You study very well, go through the videos, be with the Jew Mantra, be tuned always. We will be meeting once again with the next video. Till then, bye.